And we are live. Welcome, everybody,
I just
to
got the
the Deal
notification.
With It podcast. And my window is not responding, so that's freaking cool. Oh, wait, it's working. It's working!
Oh my god!
All right. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to redo that intro to the Dale With It podcast, or at least that's what we're calling it this week. I am Matthew from Dale Jr. 88 Rocks, here with Colin from Love the K-Love series. Fuck. I already messed it up. Damn it. Ah! I'm here with Colin of Love the Caleb car because I was reading your logo and it said series on it. Edit that part out. Damn it! 2 weeks planning for nothing. You know what? Screw it. Show's over. Goodbye.
There goes our one person watching. He's just gonna log off now.
Colin, say hi.
Hello.
And I'm also here with Riley from, well, Riley White. You can say hi.
Hello.
Snickers Cup series.
Yeah. We are stop motion makers because we have no social lives apparently. This is a podcast.
Yeah, no social life.
Pretty much. This is a podcast we've been planning on getting off the ground for a few weeks now. We were originally going to have Dylan from the Most Awesome 43 fan, but he wouldn't answer any of his messages today, so we brought in Colin as a replacement, and if he does good enough, we'll keep him on the show.
Yeah.
All right.
That could be said about any of us because I already fucked something up, so.
Numerous times.
All right. So this is just going to be the intro part for the show. We're just going to talk about any random thing that has nothing to do with racing. If you want to just get it out of the way, what you've been doing. We'll start with you, Riley. If there's anything you've been doing.
I haven't been doing anything. Cause I'm.
Lots of jerking off.
Oh, yep. No.
We're off to a good start.
I didn't sleep at all last night.
That's fun.
I stayed up all night because I didn't want to wake up early to go out and do wood. So I stayed up all night and at 5 o'clock this morning I went outside and put in some wood in the building because, I'm cool with that. And yeah, other than that I only finished the Hollywood stop motion and that's it.
What's funny is I work at a restaurant and I was one of the closing people last night, and then I also opened the restaurant today, and so like one of my managers walked in and she was like, "Have you just been here all night? Like you were here when I left and now you're still here when I got here." And I was like, "Apparently I just didn't sleep." Just stayed at the restaurant overnight. I didn't actually, so because I like my bed too much.
Huh.
What about you, Colin? What have you been up to?
Well, as many people know, I have a big drug problem, so lots of rehab. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Really nothing. It's been raining here in New Jersey often.
Lucky you. It hasn't
So-
rained here in like 3 years.
Yeah, lucky me. It's been raining every day, so I haven't done anything whatsoever. But since this is non-channel related, I can't really specify what I've been doing all week. But besides that, and it's not NASCAR related, so I can't even mention Monday. So, yes, nothing. Put a
Lucky
big
you.
underline, a capital N, and a capital T just to make it look cool. Nothing.
Yeah, lucky you. California's been in a drought for like the last 4 years.
It's like, have you ever been to Florida?
No, and I don't plan on it.
Well, you know how the Daytona weather is. It's the same thing in New Jersey. It'll look beautiful for 2 minutes. You go outside and it'll pour. And when it pours, it's horrible. The wind and the lightning and the thunder is the same exact thing.
Guys,
Yeah.
I think it's worse here. It was snowing. We had 12-foot drifts of snow until May.
Well, that's because you're in
Yeah,
Canada.
the same thing in New Jersey, too. It's just so weird.
That's because you were too busy being America's hat. So.
It'd be
Ooh.
good.
Canada! Fuck yeah! Should have put a language warning up on here. I've already dropped the F-bomb a few times.
Viewer discretion is advised.
As for me, been throwing up in my mouth a lot recently. Not really.
Part of the drug issue.
Yeah. Not really. I've been slacking off on making Makita Truck Series Race 2, which is being made, by the way. I'm not canceling the series. I'm just really, really lazy. That's about it, really. Shooting my brother's cat with a Nerf gun, also. So, all right, you know what? Let's just dive right into some news for what's this week for NASCAR. Let's see. First on the list, we'll go with a good one. ISC has acquired Laguna Seca, and there's been rumors, obviously nothing of substance, of Laguna Seca possibly getting a NASCAR date. So, what do you guys think about that?
Who goes first?
Either one, whoever has something interesting to say.
Okay. Well, I haven't really heard much about that other than that Laguna Seca is a road course. Uh, it
It's
would
near
be
where I live, by the way.
it would be nice to have another road course on the NASCAR schedule. I've always kind of wanted Road America, but Laguna Seca. I kind of did some research on it
Well, what
there.
about Road Canada?
Oh yeah, Road Canada.
I had to.
Road America's hat. Yep. I don't know if it's official yet, but there have been rumors of International Speedway Corporation acquiring the track. I would just love to see a stock car flying down the corkscrew because that is like the gnarliest turn in the world, and I feel like somebody should do it. But yeah, that would be cool. Probably won't happen, but we need more road courses, and Laguna Seca is awesome, and that would be another racetrack that I could go to. Oh, that's
As
close
much
to
as I
my
like
house.
Watkins Glen, it seems like Watkins Glen is so weak, and the straightaways are so long. It's almost like your typical everyday track.
Yeah,
You know?
the
It reminds me of Kansas a lot, to be honest. And
really,
you see people like Greg Biffle and like Carl Edwards run up front there when you don't see them run up front at like Sonoma. Well, Edwards won 2 years ago, but you know what I mean. He run that on a strategy.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
I feel like it just acts too much. Besides the um, bus stop, it acts too much like your regular everyday oval.
yeah. Oh, what's weird though that you say that is, I don't remember where I saw this, but Watkins Glen was voted as like the most
Oh,
popular track on the NASCAR circuit.
yeah, I saw it on
Hmm.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Probably just because
Personally,
it
I
I,
got
like
its
the track.
popularity.
I'm a Kyle Busch fan. I love the track because I know that my man has a shot to win every time we go there. But I don't know. I wouldn't go to the race if the tickets were free because you can't see anything at that
Yeah,
track.
yeah.
Even if you're sitting up high. Like I go to Pocono, and if I'm sitting up high enough, I can see the whole track. That's fun. But it's like Watkins Glen. It's miss or miss.
That is the problem with road courses inherently. Sonoma has that problem because I've been there 4 times. There's not a single place where you can sit at that track and see all of it. You can sit up at the top of turn 2 at the top of the hill and see everything except for like right when they crest the hill. I think it's turn 4 is what it is. You can't see any of that over there, but you can see the run up to the hairpin and then them come up the hill.
Yeah.
There's pretty much, and the grandstands at the start or the front straightaway are the worst seats because you can literally see you see them turn left to go up the hill and then you see nothing, and then you see them come back down a little bit through the S's, and then you can't, or then you see them do the hairpin, and that's it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's lame.
That's just an inherent problem with road courses, really.
And that
All
was
right,
another thing I was going to ask about the Laguna Seca. Is it a more of a high speed road course like Watkins Glen, or do you have to dip
it's
much?
I would say, have you ever seen the track Brands Hatch?
Nope.
Oh, it's in the UK. It's kind of like a mixture of the two. It's got its tight, twisty sections, um, like Sonoma, but it's also got higher speed sections like Watkins Glen.
Uh,
It's a pretty difficult track. It
yeah,
would definitely be a good challenge to the drivers.
yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Yeah. All right, but I think we can all agree Montreal needs to come back onto the circuit.
Oh
Yeah.
yes, because that's the
There
only
was
track I can go to.
you can go to
Too
Moseport.
little for him to go anywhere else.
Nope.
No, all right then. There was never a dull race at that track, and
Yeah.
it's I mean even Formula One is exciting at that track.
What's his name? What's his name? Boris said, didn't he win there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Borsett did win there.
Where else are you gonna see him win? Come on.
He almost won Daytona in 2006. I know that. The
Yeah,
Cup
he
race.
did. Didn't he win the pole for that race too?
I think he did. He was leading with 2 to go. I know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, bring back Montreal. All right. Next on the news, Justin Boston and Kyle Busch Motorsports have parted ways. Boston will no longer be driving the 54, and I am totally blanking on who is replacing him.
Breaking
Christopher
news to me.
Christopher
Yep,
Bell is replacing him for Kentucky.
that's who it is.
Yeah.
So who knows who's going to fill out that 54 truck? But
As long as the
Boston,
54 truck's going fast and turning left, all right, I'm okay. I don't care who's in it.
yeah, Boston was pretty anonymous this year.
I
Yeah, he was not good at all.
I was actually talking to him here the other day, and I was saying something about how I was hoping that he would close out the season in a good note,
Who,
and
Boston?
yeah.
Oh, he just talked to Boston on a regular basis.
No, I was talking to him on Facebook the other day. I have him on Facebook.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I've talked to him before. I talked to him whenever he was racing in ARCA, and he did good there. And I don't know. I just, like I said before, I don't think Kyle Sports was a good team for him to go to. Maybe a different team. Uh, I don't know.
Well, he was never really that solid in ARCA either, because he drove for Venerini, and I mean, he won races, but he was nowhere close to being a title contender.
Yeah.
And if you've ever seen the really embarrassing crash he had at Lucas Oil Raceway Park, where Bobby Gerhart crashed, and then like he sat there for half a lap, and then Justin Boston, who was leading, just like T-boned him, even though they were already under caution. He just came flying in and hit him. But I mean,
That's what,
Oh boy.
I'm not one to tear apart drivers usually, and Boston's not terrible, I'll say that, but he was definitely underperforming.
yeah.
But yeah, another sponsored driver losing a ride.
Yeah.
All right, this one is purely a rumor, but it would be a terrible thing if they did that. Furniture Row Racing possible switch to Toyota. I don't
Okay.
know if you guys have heard about this, but
It would be.
That's probably definitely a rumor because what is it? They have that alliance with RCR.
yeah,
Yeah.
after they won,
Well, maybe if they did switch to Toyota, they'd have like an alliance with Joe Gibbs, and that could be even better for them.
yeah, I don't know. After their Pocono win, the team owner, whose name currently escapes me, was mentioning the fact that a switch to Toyota could be possible because they're not even close to the top of the food chain with Chevy. Like Chevy would rather give their support to Hendrick than them, which is understandable because Hendrick's a 4-car superpower and is pretty much unbeatable at this point. But they were basically satisfied with being not bottom of the barrel, but like lower priority than the other top Chevy teams that they're running with. And so, but I feel like abandoning what they're doing or their cars right now would be a really bad decision.
Yes, it would. And I hate that because Toyotas are lower on horsepower, and I would hate to
Yeah,
see Truex run worse than he's
yeah,
doing
the
this
Toyotas
year.
haven't been as bad as Roush, but they've been bad. Well, not bad, but not as good as the Chevys
Yeah,
this year.
As
and
long
that,
as you got a good driver, though.
Yeah,
All the
like
good drivers are doing pretty good this year.
if you look, yeah, their wins, they won Martinsville and Bristol, which are short track races. Which I mean, Denny Hamlin dominates at Martinsville. That was expected. And
yeah,
Matt Kenseth's win at Bristol was just him surviving everything until the end of the race.
yeah,
Carl Edwards' win at Charlotte
Pure
was
no
strategy.
mileage.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then I will get and
It was just pure awesomeness.
yeah, was just Kyle being Kyle. So
no,
I will say
it's called gay.
anyway,
I bet Jeff Gordon's win this season. Oh wait, never mind.
we were Riley and I were having this conversation, and he was like, "Hey, remember that time Junior finished like 21st in points in 2009? Like, hey, remember that time Jeff Gordon won a race this year? Oh wait."
Oh damn.
Shut up. He'll win. He'll win.
Yeah.
If everybody else runs out of fuel.
Exactly.
Anyway, My favorite news story: Ricky Stenhouse Jr. cut his mullet off.
Yay!
The NASCAR community is at a great loss. This this is news from like a month ago, but considering the fact that NASCAR posted like 3 articles about it on Facebook, I had to put it in the show. So he cut off that Mississippi mud flap, and I think he's been running significantly worse. I think he's lost some downforce in the back. I was thinking if he got rid of that party going on in the back, that he would be able to concentrate more, but it hasn't seemed to improve his performance at all.
I think he needs to get rid of that Danica. Then he can concentrate a little bit
She's just dead weight.
more.
She's
Exactly.
she's higher than him in points though, which is the best part.
That's the
She's
best
doing
part. She's
She's top 20 in points right now.
Yeah.
So I posted our
Higher
thing
than
on
Kyle Wood.
Instagram, and the ironic thing about this is the only person who commented so far that he might come and try to join is a Stenhouse fan. So if he did join, he just left. Shout out to the Nas Cup
Yep.
series if he is here. I'm thinking about buying his camera off of him, so thinking about it.
I think it's perfect that Ricky Stenhouse, the only driver from Mississippi, had a Mississippi mud flap. So, and we can leave it at that. All right, a little silly season news from this week. Reed Sorensen replacing Brendan Gaughan in the number 62. Travis Squapple replacing Jeff Green in the number 30. Nobody really cares. Neither of those cars have qualified for pretty much anything this year.
Well, yeah, that's
So.
why they had to kick out Brendan Gaughan because it wasn't even exciting anymore. We knew he was going to be the one who misses the show every week.
Yeah.
What I
Now
find weird, what I find weird is that his dad's company won't even sponsor his cup ride because he's so bad.
Yeah. Gaughan announced that he is basically parting ways with the 62 team and is going to focus on his Xfinity
Which is
season
good.
this year, which is probably a better, yeah, because that 62 team is awful. Now that the 29 team isn't around, somebody's got to miss the race every week.
Hey guys, we have a viewer. It's telling me we have one viewer.
Shout out, we have one person watching right now.
Oh my
So that's
god, I wonder who this is. Let's play guess who it is.
yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
guys,
neat.
it's me here. I gotta shut. No, I'm joking.
One viewer, can I
Hi, Brian.
am I able to see who our viewer is?
Yeah, I clicked on it. It's not telling me.
Guys, we're taking too much time. We can't be. We gotta act like we're professionals at this, okay?
Professionals. What is this? Anyway, so yeah, Travis Squabble replacing Jeff Green.
Quaffle!
Yeah. The wife beater. Wait.
Maybe he'll win his life again.
Yeah. All domestic abuse jokes aside, Travis Squabble is a massive disappointment.
Yeah.
Here's news that I actually do care about, even though he will run 30th. Will Kimmel is making his Cup Series debut in the number 32 this week. For those of you who don't know, Will Kimmel is the nephew of 10-time ARCA champ Frank Kimmel.
30th, that's being nice.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised the 32 team is actually as much of a joke they were last year. They've only DNQ'd for one race ever.
When I went to Pocono this year, he slid off the corners. He was at like a 45-degree angle. Whoever was in the 32 car, I think it was Mike Wallace. I'm not sure though. And he would slide off of turn 3 like at a 45-degree angle. Whoever that guy was a good race car driver. He needs a shot at the big time.
Was it Mike?
Yeah, the 32 team, they're not fast, but I believe this year I don't remember what race it was that they failed to qualify for, but that was the first race they'd ever failed to qualify at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
People like Terry and Bobby Labonte, they take shit like that and go to those smaller teams after they've won so many races and championships. Why are you even racing if you're gonna race in a small team? I don't get it.
Yeah, but they're racing at the restrictor plate tracks where anyone can win.
That's true. But wasn't Terry Labonte running the whole schedule?
No,
last year?
he only ran the super speedways.
Oh,
Yeah.
did he? Oh,
Yeah.
My bad. I'm stupid.
Yeah, Ken
happens to the best of us.
last year. It was 2013 his last season.
Yep, and just like Bobby Labonte is only running the super speedways this year also.
I have bad news. We lost our viewer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, he's back.
Is he? Is he? Is he?
Shout out. Google Hangouts high five. Go.
He probably feels so awkward. Or
Anyway,
scared.
That's
next
probably
bit.
why he left.
Next bit of
This
news.
show is all about me now.
Yeah.
They don't even
All
know
right.
who I am. It's all about me.
Comment on the YouTube video if you were watching live, and I will give you a shout out next week. All right. Actual bit of news. This is actually big news. NASCAR is trialing new aero packages. They're doing a low downforce setup. Kentucky and Darlington, Kentucky being this weekend, so hopefully that works out. And then they're going to do a high downforce setup, I believe, with a roof wicker like they did in the early 2000s at Michigan and Indy. Don't quote me on that though. That's just random speculation. What do you guys think about this?
I
I
hope
think
it
it'll
works.
make no difference whatsoever. Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick are going to dominate. They're going to be out front by 20 seconds.
I hope it
Um,
works well for drivers such as like Tony Stewart and Greg Biffle, especially Roush, that needs something different.
yeah. Um, oh shit, I completely lost my train of thought now.
I don't know. When it comes down to stuff like this, though, they always make such a big hype about it. Like, oh, this is going to be great. The racing's going to be better. This is going to be better. That's going to be better. And then it just seems to be a letdown.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
will
seem.
say 2014 was really close to having the perfect setup, and then they cut the downforce, and it just put it back into momentum. Or not momentum, like it's all well, yeah, it is all about momentum. To where drivers are never fully off the throttle, usually on a mile and a half, and that it just plays into who's the best at driving Xfinity cars, which is Kevin Harvick, pretty much, and so
Kyle
that's why
Busch.
we've been, yeah, and basically that's why we're seeing a lot of the same guys up front.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, and actually, now that you said that, that kind of tells us why Kyle Busch came back from his injuries, and he wrecked twice, but he is running really, really good.
yeah,
If he didn't wreck at Dover, he could have either A1 or B finished second. And Michigan, he was running in the top five when he wrecked too.
yeah. Although a lot of people think his wreck at Michigan was due to rain still
Yeah.
coming down, but
I
I don't
watched
know.
Scan All 43 today, and they actually showed it pouring, and then he wrecks.
Yeah. But I mean it's really frustrating because the 2014 package, it was I don't think there's anybody complaining about the racing last year. There probably was, but
Yeah,
most of
probably.
the opinion was it was better than 2013. We had a really good championship battle. Most of the races were really good, and then for some reason they decided to cut the horsepower, and now it's kind of ruined the racing.
But it was for safety reasons, really.
Yeah. Speaking of which, with safety in mind, we're going to roll on to our race review of the week, and this ought to be a fun one. The Coke Zero 400,
When did
also
that
known
happen?
last
I thought
Sunday, of course, at midnight from where I was.
Yeah, it ended at midnight for you. It ended at 3 in the morning for me, and 4 in the
Oh yeah.
morning for Riley here.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's start with the Xfinity race and Brian Scott's idiocy. What'd you guys think of that?
I was so upset. I was rooting for him for the whole race, and
I
that
was.
lap, I said to myself, he's gonna block himself into the wall. And what did he do?
He
Anybody
did
want to
just
guess?
that.
He
He
did
hit the
just
wall.
right into the wall, and then for some reason, all the lower class dumb drivers just wrecked each other in the back. Because if you notice, if you watch the replay, Brian Scott wrecks, but he's on the far outside. Everybody else is on the inside, and then they all just crash.
Yeah. The thing that irritated me about that is Scott's car was so good, and he didn't. I mean, he hadn't had to block at all because they've been running single file. But it's like that second to last restart when he's like cutting up in other lanes and things like that. And I'm like, just stay on the bottom. You've got your teammate pushing you.
Yeah.
Just you've got the best car in the field. And then he took himself out and tried to blame Elliott Sadler. And I'm not trying to.
Trying to blame Elliott Sadler?
Yeah, well, he didn't blame it all on Sadler, but he was like, I know I came up, but he could have moved up a little bit. And it's like, no, he's freaking side drafting.
That's funny.
Yeah. And like I'm a Brian Scott fan. Like he's one of my favorite drivers in the Xfinity series, but that was just incredibly stupid. But I mean,
I think
Austin Dillon, it good win for Austin Dillon, but at the same time, all you had to do was just kind of survive to the end of the race, which is no easy
Yeah.
feat. But that's pretty much nobody could catch him because they were all smashed to pieces. So
Well, yeah. I think Austin Dillon even giggled on the radio.
yeah,
Uh, and I thought to myself, he's probably giggling because he looked in his mirror and saw people like, I don't know, Landon Castle and Ben Rhodes behind him, and he's like, yeah, okay,
yeah.
cool.
Shout out though, Benny Gordon for his, I believe his cell phone team got a top 5 out of that. So great
yeah.
job
Oh,
for
okay.
him.
Well, I thought it was Jeff Gordon until like lap 80 when they said it wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh my.
But speaking of Austin Dillon giggling, I don't think he was giggling after the end of the Cup race.
Uh,
Yeah, that was true testament to
uh,
NASCAR's safety for somebody to be able to survive a ride like that. And my boy Junior won. Yeah.
hashtag luck.
Crickets,
Good
crickets,
luck.
crickets.
I'm sorry, back-to-back super
Yeah,
speedway
it
wins.
was
Yeah,
not
that's
luck
definitely
at
luck.
all. He was the best car out there, and it was annoying.
They were untouchable. I was actually going for Trevor Bayne to catch him and pass him at the end, but I was like, I mean, I'll be happy if Junior wins, but Trevor Bayne winning would be cool too.
Oh yeah, I'll be happy if Junior wins, but Trevor
Yeah.
wins. Right.
Yeah.
Well,
But Trevor
while
Bayne,
my driver was in 17th place.
That was, I'm not gonna lie, that was a good recovery for Kyle. I mean, not the finish they needed, but that was like they definitely minimized the damage.
Yeah, it was good enough.
Yeah. And I mean, he needs to average, I think it's a 14th place finish, and so 17th
Yeah,
is lower than that, but he's right on pace.
won't kill.
Yeah. Might break his leg though, so. But yeah, that when they first showed the replay of Dylan's crash, the way he just like the first view, you couldn't really see how he caught air. You just see Hamlin spin and then one car go flying up into the air. It looked like something you'd see in an IndyCar race.
I still don't know
yeah.
how he caught hair.
So I've watched it a bunch of times. So when Hamlin spun, he came back up across the track, and Dylan's left front hit Hamlin's left front, and that kind of kicked the left side up into the air. And then
he
as
got
the
hit from behind.
yeah, and as the wind started to catch him, Clint Boyer, who was the car next to him, hit him in the door, and that lifted him up even higher, and the wind took him off from there.
Mm.
And then he went
Yeah,
nose
and
first.
then I saw in another view that his right side, his front and rear tire were picked up by another car, by two other cars. So it was weird.
Yeah,
How that
it
all
was.
just happened in a split second.
Yeah, he got hit by the two Michael Waltrip cars of Clint Boyer and David Ragan, and that lifted him up into the air, and then he was just gone from there. But that
It
was.
looked like it looked
Sorry, go
like
ahead.
something from it looked like something from NASCAR 2011. Like
It did. It looked like one of those, or in our 2003 when like four cars sandwich each other into the walls, and then they all just like fly up into the air really hard. That's exactly what it looked like.
some
Um,
type of glitch.
yeah, that was the one heck of a testament to the safety. The fact that he was able to just climb out and walk away totally fine.
Yeah,
He walked out like he parked it. I'm surprised he didn't take out his key and go.
Yeah, I was really hoping he would do the chest slide that he did the night before, but he didn't. By the way, that was a perfect chest slide. Like it was perfect. He glided.
better than
Oh,
better than his truck ones.
That one is amazing. I love that. Where he scorpioned really hard.
I really feel bad for Ty Dillon though. I heard a story that as soon as the wreck happened, he saw who it was. He put his head in his bed sheets and he didn't want to look.
Yeah. I
Are you
heard about
serious?
that where like it didn't really set in for Austin until Ty called him and was like on the verge of crying about what happened, and then he was like, "Oh my
I was
God,
on
I
the
almost
verge of
died."
crying. I was on the verge of crying. I did not think anybody could survive an accident that bad.
Oh, it
I
was
was
insane.
asleep.
Yeah.
Because like Kyle Larson's accident was bad, but Kyle Larson's accident was at the lower portion of the fence. He went up into the fence.
Yeah, and
The whole car went into the fence.
Larson's car, it whipped around pretty fast, but it kept going. I was more concerned about the fans than I was for Dylan. That not only did the catch fence did an amazing job, but I mean the fact that he went to almost a dead stop that fast, and then he got hit by Keselowski,
That
and he
was
was
I heard stories from people who were at the race that when Keselowski hit Dylan, it was way louder. The impact was way louder than any crash or flyby.
Oh yeah, if you watch there's people who put up home footage of it. You basically hear the explosion, and then he's sitting there, and then that sound from Keselowski hitting his car is just this really deep pitched, deafening bang noise, and it sounds even scarier than the first hit.
It sounds like death.
Yeah, but
You know
that
how that
was.
sounds like?
I gotta say they've been working on the Daytona Rising project to move the stands back, and they've made the catch fence stronger, and this was the ultimate perfect test for that.
It's
Yeah.
just so incredible that somebody gets to flip into into the fence one more time before this project really takes
Yeah,
shape.
I gotta say, just a huge testament to NASCAR safety. And somebody on YouTube pointed out that a man dying in the number three car kicked off all these safety changes, and now somebody in the number three car gave it its ultimate test and went away with flying colors. And there's been lots of talks about, oh, we need to slow the cars down, we need to make the fences stronger. The fence did its job. You could not have made the fence do a better job than that. You really couldn't have.
And all
And
these fans trying to sue NASCAR, just like, it's dumb.
well, the insane thing is only 4 people had minor injuries. When you look at Kyle Larson's crash, there was like I think 13 people.
Well, yeah, that tire flew into the stands.
Yeah. So, and I mean everything big stayed on the track too. Nothing big went into the crowd,
Yeah.
which
Did you
is
see Matt DiBenedetto's roof? The whole engine and transmission fell on top of his roof.
yeah. And there's like it didn't rip his roof back, but the roof's all smashed in and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, DiBenedetto was pretty cool about it. He's like, "Hey guys, look at my convertible."
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw that
But
on Instagram.
yeah. Hats off though to NASCAR safety. Did its job perfectly. Really. I mean, when people talk about, oh, we need to slow the cars down and stop them from getting in the air, you're never going to be able to stop tire to tire contact getting cars in the air. Like Denny Hamlin said in his interview, you can't stop that. It's
It's physics.
it's physics. Yeah, it's just never going to be solved. There's always going to be that problem. The roof flaps. They've stopped blowovers, which blowovers are pretty spectacular to watch, but it's a good thing they don't happen anymore, unless if you're Clint Boyer.
The thing is blowover. There's gonna be another blowover because
Oh yeah,
when these cars get turned around, there's lift. You know, a car gets turned around, you see the rear tires lift up just a tiny bit, and somebody else gets turned around going a mile an hour quicker. Car's gonna lift up just a little bit more, and then someone's gonna get turned around going at the same exact speed, but with a little bit of wind, and that's when he's gonna blow over.
yeah.
It's all physics. It's all luck. It's a 1 in a million shot for anything to happen.
Yeah, these kind of crashes are always going to happen. It's just we need to be better prepared for it, and they definitely were this time. So,
I don't know how anybody could possibly say anything bad about what happened on Monday.
yeah, that was just an ultimate testament to how far these safety improvements have come. Well, I think we've beat this horse to death, so shall we roll on to this week's topic for the show?
Hold on a sec. Someone's here. I'll be right back.
Okay, we'll wait for a moment. In the meantime, we'll let Riley come in. This week,
Hey, 2 viewers.
oh, do we?
Yeah.
Mine still says 1.
Hey guys, who are viewing? Tell your friends to come in and listen, because we're getting to the topic of the show apparently.
Yeah, you guys can post in chat if you want.
Oh,
If
he
you
just
want to
lost
shout
his
out.
finger.
Oh, he's gone.
He left
Anyway.
his friends. He's running down the
Yeah.
street. Hey everyone! People.
The world's greatest podcast.
Thing you see 1.5 million people viewing.
Yeah, they only messed each other's names up at the beginning once.
Yeah.
All right, so while Riley's gone, we'll start on the topic. He sent me a video on Facebook about this, and originally we were going to just do like favorite stop motion series as our week 1 topic, but we decided we'd kick it off good by tackling the big subject: is NASCAR rigged? Now,
All right, I'm back.
we all know about fake debris cautions, and there's evidence that could show that NASCAR has tampered with the results of races, but we've got to tackle the big question that is it rigged most of the time. So I'll let you guys chime in first.
Like, I don't know. There's so many different categories of rigged. Do you mean like staging accidents?
Not staging accidents, but manipulating the results to get what
Yeah,
they want. Basically, the video that Riley showed me,
Oh, yeah. I
if I
kind of feel I feel like they allow Dale Jr. to get away with a lot of things, and I feel like a debris caution will come out when Dale Jr. needs it, and I'm only putting Jr. in for this because they know if Dale Jr. wins a race, the ratings are going to go up.
oh
More
yeah,
people are going to watch. More people are going to come to races. More people are going to buy merchandise.
yes.
yeah,
And now it's funny because people can use Junior as evidence for it being rigged and for it not being rigged at the same time. Because you can look at a couple that stand out. 2003, Aaron's 499, Junior's pass under the yellow line. People could say, "Oh, they rigged it. They didn't want Junior to lose and lose out on that." Or the 2011 Coke 600 when they piled up on the restart and didn't throw a caution because Junior was in the lead and he didn't have enough fuel to do another green white checkered.
Well, that
yeah,
one was just obvious. I mean, I know
Yeah.
you like Jr. and everything, but you got to even admit that one was just
Oh
obvious.
yeah. Yeah. There's no doubt that NASCAR favors Junior. But at the same time, why would NASCAR allow their most popular driver to go winless for 4 years?
I mean, they can
It,
try everything to a point, but
yeah.
after that, it's in the driver's hands.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it all comes down to is you can manipulate the results, but it's hard to rig it to like you're not going to get all the drivers to cooperate. Like a lot of people like to say that and I'm on the fence. I don't really have an opinion about it. About Junior's win in 2010 in the 3 car was rigged. And the only thing I have to say to that is like when it came down to the finish, there were a lot of small name drivers up near the front, and I don't think you could get all the small teams to agree to not go for the win. But at the
yeah,
same time, nobody wants to pass the number 3 car with Junior driving it at
Yeah.
Daytona.
At the end of the day, it was Joey Logano behind him, and I just
Yeah,
I feel like Logano, being the way he is, he definitely could have and would have passed him. But I'm sure in the back of his mind, he was like, I don't think the people would agree with me passing Junior.
yeah.
So
yeah,
There's
I'm not even gonna try.
yeah, it's a tough subject to tackle because you can look at underdog stories like Trevor Bayne's 2011 win, which I don't see how that could have been rigged, but people think it was.
yeah.
But
That
it's
was
hard.
just an insane race. I find it a little weird that they made such a big deal about him that week.
Yeah,
And how he was for some reason the in-race reporter that race. I don't
there
know.
was a lot of hype around him for that, considering this is a person who'd made like 2 cup starts before that, something like that. And
What about when Justin Allgaier made his first Cup start last year? Nobody said a thing about it.
yeah,
But everybody was like, "Oh, hey, Trevor Bayne, this kid, he's the next best thing," and he hasn't done anything after winning the Daytona 500.
yeah,
And you can throw nationwide wins out there, sure, that's great, but he has not done anything besides wrecked billions of dollars worth of race cars since he won Daytona.
yeah,
And with your thing about Dale Jr. there going 4 years without a win, what I think about that is uh, those years is where fans really started thinking that NASCAR was being manipulated and everything, and I think NASCAR maybe could have uh, decided to not make Dale Jr. win to make the fans not think that it was manipulated. But that's just my theory with that.
yeah. And in the end, though, it all comes down to who builds the fastest race car and who has the best strategy. I mean, if NASCAR wanted to rig it against, let's say, Kevin Harvick, they could try all they want, but it's going to be hard to keep that number 4 car from being so fast because in the end, it's still a team who builds this race car and takes it to the track every week.
Yeah,
That's another thing I find weird. I mean, he was really good in RCR. He finished third in the championship like 5 years in a row. I mean, you just don't do that without being talented. But the thing is that he was running decent at RCR, and then he said through the end of the 2013 season, he's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to Stuart Highs, and I'm gonna do good. I'm gonna do really good. Watch out for me. And now he's been winning everything. Just the way he predicted that so well, it's just a little weird to me.
I
yeah,
think, though, that shows just how good Hendrick's equipment is And you also got to look at his crew chief Rodney Childers because he made Scott Riggs look good in 2005, 2006. He made Brian Vickers look good. I mean, he left after 2013, and Michael Waltrip Racing has not been the same since then. I
Yeah.
think it's just a culmination of everything going good for that team, and not. I'm trying to think because there was a couple times both Dover races last year where Harvick blew a tire and like he didn't get a phantom debris caution and he lost laps. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
and in the video that Riley sent me, I'll post it in if I can find it in the description of the YouTube video of this. They were talking about the '79 Daytona 500, the one in which it was the first race or broadcasted flag to flag. It was the perfect storm, and then it had the famous fight at the end and Richard Petty winning, and it was just kind of a perfect storm. And a lot of people think did they set that up, and which you could think so, but I don't know if a true racer like Donnie Allison would throw away his best opportunity to win a race, or win not a race, sorry, the Daytona 500, just to for that, because he never even came close to winning that race after that.
Yeah, plus I don't think they could stage a fight. They would just make it they'd be in the back of their heads on paper it would sound like, "Oh, yeah, they're from the South. They're in the South. They're Southerners fighting each other. Who's going to want to watch this? They're going to think that they're rednecks watching it, you know?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the end, and there's no doubt NASCAR's manipulated at times, with them manipulating with cautions, and in the end, it's entertainment. There's a lot of money being made and thrown around, and while I won't say it's completely rigged, I see it like the NFL, which I mean, there's no doubt that the NFL has tampered with the results of some games and things like that, but it's not to the level of WWE where it's scripted, I don't think.
Uh,
But NASCAR will definitely manipulate a race to get a better outcome, and I think we can all agree on that.
yeah.
You guys have anything to add?
Well, there was those couple things in the video there about Jeff Gordon when he won there a couple years ago at Daytona. Well, more than a couple, but uh, and it was he had
Yeah, a lot.
Pepsi car.
Yeah, that one. Hope you don't mind if I kind of interrupt you here and explain it
Oh, no,
better.
no, you can go.
2004 at Daytona, Jeff Gordon hadn't won a plate track race since 2000. I think 2000, yeah. And it was a race sponsored by Pepsi. It was the Pepsi 400, and there was a bunch of the Coca-Cola sponsored drivers with Coca-Cola on their cars. And so Jeff Gordon in his Pepsi sponsored car, despite not winning a plate track race in 4 years, won in the Pepsi
And
sponsored race. And how much he like plugged Pepsi afterwards put a lot of evidence towards
For that?
yeah, people.
yeah, yeah. And a lot of people think that basically Pepsi paid off NASCAR so much to be like, hey, make Jeff Gordon win this race and beat all those Coke drivers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not as much though with Carl Edwards there with the Subway car. Did you remember that there?
Yeah, winning the Subway sponsored race in
Yeah,
2013.
that's not as bad because like there wasn't a big deal with Subway and everything like Pepsi
Yeah.
had giving free Pepsi and everything. But
All right. I think though we've touched on that topic pretty well though.
yeah,
So let's move on to predictions for next week's race. Um, I'm kind of stealing the rule from the Garage Area podcast, where in the Truck and Xfinity series they only pick regulars from those, no Cup drivers or anything like that. And
uh,
basically, so if Chase Elliott finishes the best out of Xfinity series regulars, that whoever picked him gets credit for that win or whatever. So we'll start with Riley, if you want to pick anybody for the three races this week. Or no, or is it only two? Is the Xfinity Series even racing this week?
Yeah.
yeah.
They are? Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Riley, you can start with predictions if you want.
For the truck race tonight, I believe is when it is, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Actually, in 2 minutes.
yeah. I
All right,
don't
you
think.
better pick quick.
I think Matt Crafton has a good shot. He's got the pole, and he's been so good at 1.5 mile tracks. Uh, that's just pretty much my pick for the truck race and Xfinity. It's a little harder there. Maybe Chase Elliott. Uh, yeah, Chase Elliott really, because he got that win at Chicagoland last year, and that's a 1.5 as well as Kentucky is, and so yeah, I haven't really been paying much attention to the Xfinity for 1.5 this year, but for the Cup race, I would not actually be surprised if Jeff Gordon wins, just because they were saying earlier how he's never won a Kentucky, and if he were to win a Kentucky, that would make it every race on the schedule that he won at.
Yeah, and going back to is NASCAR rigged? This weekend will be really interesting to see if Jeff Gordon wins just because of that point.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
was
didn't
thinking
even think
that
about
too.
that.
I saw that on Facebook.
What if like it's a green white checkered and somehow Jeff Gordon magically gains 4 spots and wins the race?
Yeah. Well,
That's
we'll have to wait and see, just see how that turns out. All right, Colin, who do you want to pick for your three picks? So,
um for the trucks you can't go against what's his name, Eric Jones. He is a regular in that series, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Um, Nationwide, not Nationwide, Xfinity, definitely Chris Buescher. And don't want to jinx myself here, but um, Cup, I I gotta go with the statistically best driver at that track, Kyle Busch. Because although Keselowski has those 2 wins there, don't forget him going airborne in turn number 1 in 2013.
Yeah.
So Kyle Busch has 4 top 10s there and 3 top 5s. So
all
can't,
right.
can't go against him. I don't want to jinx myself there because usually whenever I say the opposite happens. So expect Kyle Busch to flip over or something.
And break both of his legs again.
He breaks both his arms.
Yeah. I'm sorry for laughing at that, but he's gonna be like, after this week, he's gonna be a quadruple amputee. All right. So I apologize. I got a phone call. What was your truck pick?
Eric Jones.
Damn it, that's who I was gonna pick. Ah.
Xfinity pick too because
Yeah, I heard Chris. I was gonna pick Busher and Jones. You stole them from me. All right. Who's been good in okay, trucks? I'm gonna pick Tyler Reddick because he's been like the only other consistent driver. Hopefully he wins. Xfinity. Ooh, who could I pick? Let me look at my diecasts to see who there is. Ryan Reed. No.
Oh, I got excited. I was like, yes, somebody understands. It's hard being a Ryan Reed fan. It is.
He's all right, I guess.
No,
Xfinity. I'm gonna go Darrell Wallace Jr. He's been solid this year, and Cup. I'm gonna go. I'm tempted to pick Keselowski, but Penske hasn't really been that good this year.
Jinx it. Penske hasn't been that good this year, and then they're going to lead every lap and finish.
Yeah. I guess I'd have to go with Johnson, just the easy pick.
Yeah.
I want to pick Junior, but he's not as good on a mile-and-a-half track.
Hey! None of us picked Harvick.
Yeah, I was just going to say Harvick, actually.
I thought about Harvick, but Jimmy's won more races this year, and that's why.
Harvick's well, I would say Harvick's more consistent, but he's coming off, 3 bad finishes, so.
No, he finished good at Daytona.
And,
He was the one who spun out Denny Hamlin.
and he got fourth.
Oh, yeah, I thought that was Gordon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a top 10 there. Still not his typical second place finish.
Yeah. What was that streak of second place or top 2 finishes he had? Was it like 8 races or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Well,
It
including
was.
last year's races, it was like 10.
Yeah, because I know he finished top 2, Texas, Phoenix, and Homestead to close out last year, and then he finished second at Daytona, won Las Vegas, second at or not, sorry, not won at Las Vegas. He won at Phoenix. I think he finished second at Las Vegas, second at Atlanta, and then I think Bristol was
No,
the race.
He won Las Vegas.
That's right, and they finished second at Auto Club, and then it was Bristol, so that broke that streak. So I think it was 8 in a row, something like that.
Yeah, he wrecked at Bristol. He wrecked at Sonoma. No, he didn't wreck at Sonoma. He just finished bad at Sonoma. Wait, did he wreck at? Fuck, I don't remember.
He finished fourth at Sonoma.
What?
Oh, wow, we
Fourth,
have no.
fifth.
I've only watched one of.
NASCAR.
I've only watched like one race in the last month because like every Sunday I'm either working or gone.
I know Michigan. He finished like 34th.
Yeah. All right, so our picks for trucks: Riley has Matt Crafton, Colin has Eric Jones, and I have Tyler Reddick. Xfinity: Riley has Chase Elliott, Colin has Chris Buescher, and I have Darrell Wallace Jr. Hopefully Buescher doesn't take out Darrell Wallace again. I'm still pissed about that.
Yeah, honestly, me too, because I was rooting for Wallace.
Well,
Hey,
even
Chris Buescher's my favorite, so.
I'm not saying he shouldn't have gone for the win, but it's like he was so much faster than Darrell Wallace. They were gonna get a 1-2 finish, but he was like, "No, I'm just gonna force my way past him." Like it wasn't a question of if he was gonna pass him; it was when.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, there's a maybe next week we'll talk about the difference between aggression and dirty driving. So, and then for Cup, Riley has Jeff Gordon, Colin has Kyle Busch, and I have Jimmy Johnson, 6 time. Yeah. All right, and I believe this is bringing us close to the end of the show. Typically, we would do questions. So for our, we don't have a viewer anymore. Damn it! I got my hopes up. We're back down to 0 viewers.
Oh no! Why?
No, he's back.
We had 3 at one point.
They're back. All right, this is your opportunity. This is the Q&A section. Post a question in chat in the next 30 seconds, and we might answer it. If not,
If you're lucky, there's tight competition.
yeah. No, they're gone. Anyway.
Put me on the spot again.
Yeah. If you're watching this, comment on the YouTube video your question if you want us to answer it. Start with obviously start your comment off with the word question so I'll be able to find it, and we will try to answer as many as possible. But since we don't have any of that, I couldn't get the Q&A thing to work and there's nobody watching. This brings us close to the end of the show, so we're going to talk about what's coming up on our channels. Colin, you want to shamelessly plug what you're doing right now?
Sure, yeah. If you've seen the commercial for the Batman 500, I'm taking Lego stop motion and NASCAR stop motion and putting it together to hopefully make a very, very good video. So far, I've edited just a little bit of it, and the animation is very, very stout. It is going pretty well. But the story behind it is that the villains and the superheroes have annual competitions to see who's better, like a pie eating contest and darts and whatever, name it. And they're coming up on the 21st year of these competitions, and they are both tied 10 wins apiece, as you heard in the commercial. And this is the final year to test who's the best, and it's in a race, and it's in a car race. And you have Robin and Batman and the Riddler and the Joker. And now I know nothing about Batman whatsoever, but I know everything about racing. And my brother, he knows all about Batman. I'm doing this for him. So hopefully it'll be good. You guys will enjoy it. I've been working really hard on that. I've been putting in like 2 hours a day. And every day I'm like, I think I'll finish today. And I just read down the whole script today, and reality hit me that I will not be finished for a while. So my my estimated date to get it out was June 17th, and I'm still gonna shoot for it, but I don't think so.
You mean July?
July, no, June 17th, 2016.
Oh, thank
yeah.
God.
No, I'm just kidding. July. I'll still try to get out. That's 8 days. So I don't know. It's gonna take a lot of hard work, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy that. And that's it for me. Rutherford Super Speedway, not Super Speedway, Rutherford Speedway. The cars are on track right now. Just getting ready for my camera to be taken out of my dining room studio, my lights to be put back into my original studio, and to be taken care of and filmed.
All right, sounds good. I'm looking forward to that. Actually, that sounds really cool.
Thanks.
All right, Riley, what do you have coming up on your channel?
Uh, well, some of you know I just recently finished Hollywood, uh, and I need to remake my Martinsville track because the Martinsville it used in season one was crap. It was basically a box, and so I have to get the foam boards and everything all set up and draw all the parts of the track and I'm planning on doing a 30 lap race for Martinsville and hopefully it should be good for the first race of the chase. I did upload a video there today with the 10 facts you may not know about the Snickers Cup series. I may end up having that as a series and maybe do like a video a month or so because there's a lot of different facts about the Snickers Cup series that some people may not know. Uh, there's a couple funny ones on there. If you guys probably didn't even watch it, but uh, yeah. So that's pretty much it. Just got to get the boards and everything for Martinsville, and hopefully filming will start soon.
All right, sounds good. As for myself, Makita Truck Series Race 2 is currently in the filming process. Hopefully, I don't take 3 months to make this one too, because I was aiming to make 6 races this year, and I'm 6.5 months in. I've made one, so I'm still gonna try to hit that goal. But I got kind of burned out for a month or two, and I stopped doing stop motions. But I am back now, and I am ready to get this series going once again. So that should be fun. Later this week, I have a new diecast review I'm going to do of a card that I just got. I will just leave it as he's been fairly disappointing this year, and we talked about him earlier in the show. So if you guys, anybody can
Trevor
figure it out, you'll see that soon. So,
Trevor
and
Bain. No, I'm joking.
damn it, you actually got it.
I
Anyway, I'll be reviewing Trevor Bain's card from this year. And time to shamelessly plug my other channel that nobody watches. If you enjoy Minecraft and watching me suck at video games, I have another channel which I've got a bunch of footage that I've recently uploaded, or not uploaded, but I'm going to upload that I've edited. So if you enjoy idiocy and people losing their minds while playing stupid video games, I will be doing that.
Yeah,
And
I think those were Braden's from whenever you.
what was that?
Riley seems to be having a conversation.
Yeah.
Any
Well,
animal Trevor Bain?
but yeah, so that should be coming up on my channel and maybe just random stuff. And I think that wraps us up for the show. So,
Tommy Zeeler asked, "What's up with Ryan Reed this year? He stinks."
Ryan Reed has diabetes. No, I'm just kidding. In all seriousness,
He's too busy looking at that blood sugar monitor.
yeah. In all seriousness, Ryan Reed, he seems, I don't know what, he just doesn't seem like he's that great of a driver. I don't think he's bad, but he's like Dakota Armstrong.
He's
Yeah.
definitely got talent. I would say that he should go to a better team, but in the not nationwide Xfinity series, it seems like there's really no better team for regulars than Roush. So
Yeah. Roush has been pretty solid this year, other than Elliott Sadler. But Ryan Reed's a good plate track driver. I'll give him that. He's good at that.
yeah,
He and Chris Buescher are both really good plate track drivers. But I don't know. He's just yet to impress me. But yeah, his win at Daytona was a feel good win, definitely. But he seems to be in the same boat as Dakota Armstrong as a semi talented driver who's got a ride because of their sponsor. So
he also says, "Could you guys talk about number 17's year so far? I want to know what other people think about it."
Ricky Stenhouse?
I
Yeah.
would think.
Stenhouse disappointing, but Roush as a whole has been disappointing. I know
Well, he's
Stenhouse
still
can
got a
drive. He's had a couple good runs. I'll say that, but
Yeah, when he stayed out at Sonoma, I thought he was gonna kill Kyle.
yeah. Stenhouse, he's got potential. I know he's a good driver because he won back-to-back nationwide titles, but I don't know. Roush as a whole is just a joke. So, I mean, Greg Biffle can barely even crack the top 20. So,
I hate to see that. Like
I always liked Roush whenever they had like Kurt Busch and Kenseth and Edwards, like back-to-back championships there in 2003 and 2004.
Yeah.
They were a powerhouse
And
team.
yeah, like 3 years ago, Greg Biffle was the best driver out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Losing Matt Kenseth and Carl Edwards definitely hurt, though. They've
Yeah, 'cause
definitely lost their way.
they brought up people that, just suck.
In case you guys don't know, Riley doesn't like Ricky Stenhouse, so.
Yeah, I hate Ricky Stenhouse.
What did he do to you?
He cut his hair. No, I'm joking.
And on that note, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.